Another example of using percentages is when we want to find the percentage that one number is of another one. So imagine we have an example where we're going to do double maximum score. So this is the maximum score on a test that could be achieved. And then we're going to have the scores that 4 different students had. So double, we'll just go S1, S2, S3, S4. Actually, you know what, I want to spell this out, because then I don't have to, if you can spell them out in a way that you don't have to further explain it with a comment, that should be the ideal. Okay, so we've got 4 scores, and then what we're going to do is we'll have an average at the end. Okay, so first let's prompt the user for the maximum. So how many marks is the test worth? And then they can enter that. Cin, that'll be the max value. Okay, cout.
Last call for photos, anyone who hasn't had.
And then we're going to say what was the score of student 1. And then we'll cin score 1. So for this, let's do a copy and paste of these elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just make that adjustment so that each one is listing the proper information and storing in the proper variables. So this is going to be 3, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so we've got the 4 scores here, and then at the bottom, what we want to do is we want to display what the what percentage each student had on the test. So we're going to do this way. So score is going to get the value of score divided by the max. So to find out what percentage the score is of the maximum percentage, we do the score divided by max. So we're going to do one of these for each person. In this case, I already know that I don't need to retain the original value, so I'm just going to put them in this way. So 2, 3, 4. This would be 2, 3, 4. So let's display these. So cout, we'll say student 1, and then we'll display their score. And then I'll do copy paste again for all of these. So student, 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 student. Okay, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Same thing over here, 2, 3, and 4. So let's take a look at what we get as a result for this. So I'm going to run the program. Let's say that we had a test worth 35 marks. Student 1 had 12. Student 2 had 30. Student 3 had 27. And then student 4 got even the bonus question right, so they got 36. So what we've got here is a decimal representation of the percentage that everybody had. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this so that it looks like a regular percentage. So in order to do that, we have to add in a multiply by 100. So we're going to multiply all 4 of these by 100. And now that we have these represented as percentages, this is where we would want to include that information here. So we're going to also include a percentage mark for each of these. And then I'm going to copy and paste this all the way down. So percentage, percentage, percentage. We'll see how that changes in the result. We'll go 35 and 12, 27, 30, 40, or 52. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we've got the percentages listed for all of these. Now, the one last thing that we want to do is we want to get the average, the class average for this activity. So the way you would do that is you would simply take the 4 scores, so average is going to become equal to, now I'm going to deliberately make a mistake on this just so that you can see it. So it's going to be score 1 plus score 2 plus score 3 plus score 4 divided by, you add them together and then divide by how many there are. And we're going to see out the average is the average. And because it is a percentage, we can include the percentage sign at the end as well. I've decided I also want to bump this down a line. Okay, so let's see what we've got now. And I am going to put a scenario in here that will make it look like the students were cheating. So everybody's going to have a 30 here. Oh, sorry, the total is 30. We'll give everybody 27. We'll give everybody a 27. So everybody's got the same grade on this. You can see they all got 90%. So hopefully you notice that there's something wrong here, because if you have 4 people that have as their average 90%, then the average of those 4 numbers should be 90%. But here we're getting 292.5. So I'll look at the code to find the error that I made. And the problem here is C++, as with virtually every programming language, needs to listen to the order of operations. So order of operations starts with brackets, and there are none. Then it goes with orders or exponents, there are none. And then it goes multiplication and division. Here we go. So the first thing that happens is score 4 gets divided by 4. So that's 90 divided by 4. And then after it does this, addition and subtraction come next, and then it adds these 3 on. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that this is happening first. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. If you have a calculation that you know is being done in stages, you can split this up on 2 lines of code. This is not my preference, but I'm going to show it to you. You can do it this way. However, this, So the problem here, though, is this makes your code harder to read, because this doesn't look like the formula for an average when you break it up into these 2 steps. Because there's a process and a formula, usually you should do it this way. Put brackets in, and then it will be able to run properly. So we'll run that one more time, and we'll go, let's say this time it was worth 50, and everyone got 47. Okay, so here we can see that it works correctly because all the students have the same percentage grade, and the average across of them is always the same. So this shows you how you can get the percentage that one number is of another. This score will be whatever percentage of the maximum score. We multiply it by 100 so that it's not displayed as a decimal. And then also you need to take care of the order of operations in order to do these calculations correctly.